Today I'm showing you some basic machine quilting. It's from my Joy of Quilting blog. It's from the basic patchwork project for beginners. This is the piece of patchwork, and I'm going to be showing you how I use a walking foot and machine quilt today. I'm quilting either side of the seam line, and I'm just using the edge of my foot as a guide to the width. I haven't marked it. When you're machine quilting, you don't need the stitch length as short as you do when you're piecing or joining pieces together, because you're not joining pieces together that need a lot of strength. You are joining 3 layers together, but the stitching needs to be a little bit larger for that. Now my machine, the stitch length I believe goes from, let me have a look, 0 to 6. When I'm piecing, it's on 2.5, and I'm going to take that stitch length, well, I'm going to leave it at that at the beginning just to show you what it looks like for piecing. I've put a blue colour in so that hopefully you can see when I take it out of the machine now. That's a few stitches in a 2.5. I'll take it up to 3.5 now. And you'll see that that's a bigger stitch. And I may even go with a 4. We'll take it out of the machine when I've done a few now and have a little look. Don't know how well you can see that, but the stitch length here is quite short. And then it gets a little bit longer, and down the bottom the stitch length is quite a bit longer than it was at the beginning, and that's the kind of stitch length you need when you're machine quilting. And so back to the patchwork piece that we're going to be quilting. Change the thread back to cream now, and let me just pull this bit of tacking out. There we go. I've pin basted this. I've done a video about pin basting. I've done a video about tacking. I've done a video about putting your walking foot on. It's all on YouTube under Joy of Quilting. Today we're going to be starting this stitching, and as I said, I'm using the edge of my foot as a guide, and I'm going to be stitching. And you don't need to go backwards and forwards and secure like you do with dressmaking. You just go straight into the stitching. And I'm following that line. I'm just making sure that stays and just guiding it gently. I'm not pushing it through or pulling it, I'm just guiding it gently. And now to the next bit, just ensuring that your foot stays. And you would start in the middle of a quilt, or round about the middle, and work your way down. I've come to the bottom edge now. Usually I'd finish and start the next line, but it's only a small piece I'm doing, so I'm just going to stitch across the bottom. Until I think I'm about where I should be. And then lift that up a minute. Turn it around, because the camera's in the way as well of my work. It's fun trying to work around a camera. Here we go. So there we go, that's not bad, is it? See, so I've got that foot there, and I'm going to come up the other side now. So I've got a line of stitching either side. When you're actually doing this kind of quilting, you shouldn't quilt all in the same direction. That is, you shouldn't always start from the top and work down all the time. You should alternate a little bit. It's not going to, it could shift things, and it's not going to be so visible on a small piece like this. It's just handy to know. So I'm going up and down that side. Get to the end now. And then I'll need to finish this piece. And then I'll go to the next, I've done that one, so I can go to the next one, and then I'll need to turn it and go down the length. So I've done most of the stitching now, and as you can see the double lines? either side of the seam, and you just slowly work your way around stitching that. Once you're finished, or even as you go along if you wish, you can take the pins out, but I usually, unless they're in my way, I leave them there until the end. That's it for today, because it was only a taster. Bye.